Okay. Hi everyone, good afternoon. My name is Dr. Riya Thaker and I am a Medit trainer from India. Today I am your host as we explore the digital path of dentistry with the very interesting ClinicCAD app of Medit. Okay, so let's see what is our agenda for today. As we see today, we will be learning about ClinicCAD app and a bit of what are Medit apps. Also with that, we will be looking into overview of what ClinicCAD app can do. And with that, we'll have a live demonstration upon two cases. One, I have selected it as a crown and bridge case. And second will be an inlay case. Two simple cases for you to begin with as a beginner in the CAD world. So before, okay, before any delay, let's start. Okay. Okay. As you all see my screen today, let's go into the app box. Let me even tell you that I am operating into the MeditLink 3.3.1 version. So a bit of app box has been different. So let me show you all the apps that are present in MeditLink right now. So this is the app box. We have many apps. Medit is having many apps right now, and many are into the pipeline set to release in 2024. So the one I really like one is the Medit ClinicCAD app. You can install it from here. Just click on the install button, and it will be installed into your Medit link. The other apps that we have is the integration apps. Now, when we speak about integration apps, it's something like it reduces to make it more clearer. It reduces one of your step of exporting any of your scans or your CAD from the Medit link, out of the Medit link. What happens is once you install those applications, these integrations apps are CAD apps or printer apps. And once you install them into Medit link, what will happen is you can just directly click onto the icon that will be present into the status panel. I will show you that once we finish with the ClinicCAD workflow. Okay, so going ahead, this was all about Medit apps. Now, let us go into the ClinicCAD app. Okay, so speaking about ClinicCAD, I refer to it more of a chair-side version. It's because it is very, very easy and swift to go. Its workflow is specifically designed for dental professionals. So you just have to, it's like you just have to put the CAD file into it, and within 3 to 4 steps, your crown will be ready. Of course, you do still have to position and do things into that, but this is all bought by Medit for you, as simplest as possible. And what all can you design with ClinicCAD app? So you can design crown and bridge workflow, crown and bridge, you can design inlays, you can design onlays, you can design also veneers, and you can also design eggshell pontics. So today we will be looking into two simpler workflows for you to begin with. But of course, there are other workflows present on YouTube. So once you just go into Medit YouTube, and you will find many workflows about how to design a eggshell pontic and how to design a veneer, etc. So starting, this is my case box, and I have got two cases over here, starting with a bridge case today. So let me click. I'm just clicking over here. Here I have my scan files as an attachment, of course. So once you see into the form right now, let me delete all for you. And let me start again with filling the form. So my 3.5 is a crown. Just left click of the mouse. 3.5 crown. Method as anatomic, and material let it be as zircony. Shade A1. Select 3.6 is my pontic. So let us select pontic today. anatomic, and zirconia A1, and 3.7 as my crown again, zirconia and A1. So as you see over here, this is my order list that I have filled. Now, do you see this gray thing over here? It's like a connector. So most of the mistakes that I have found is that we do not select these connectors. Just once it appears, we feel that it is a bridge. The software has taken it as a bridge, but it is not that way. The software has just given you an intimation that this can be a bridge. You have to select it by left clicking on it. Once you select this is a bridge, now it is to be made. Just click on save and click on the Medit ClinicCAD app. So this is how your ClinicCAD app looks. Once you install, it will be defined over here into the panel. Okay. Now, your first step is to assign your data to the software. So as you see over here, I have an option of preomaxilla, maxilla, mandible, and mandible. So let me select it as mandible as it is my prep data, and maxilla into maxilla. That's all. And click on confirm. Once it will be confirmed, I will be redirected to my margin line and insert. Okay. Now this is one of the beauty of Medit ClinicCAD app. You do not need to select the margin line. It selects by its own. So this is how for 3.7 I have got my margin line over here. And this is for 3.5 that I have got an automatic margin over here. Yet I have an option to manually adjust it. For example, I am changing the color of my scan as I have an habit of only working on monotonous models. So this is what color I like, and I am just adjusting my margin a bit. Okay. Talking about the 3.5, select the tooth from here and then check your margins. Just click on the green balls. If it turns pink, that means it's selected. Okay. So this is how my margin line has been created. Now, do you see this blue color over here? That is based on the insertion that you have provided. Now, it is called as undercut that you see over here. If I change my insertion direction, generally the software has given you an automatic direction based on the margin line that is provided to it. But if you want, you can also set your own direction. Just set the view of your scan and then click on the this tab. It is called as insertion viewpoint. Just click and your insertion will change. Do you see this was the insertion provided to me? The gray arrow insertion was provided to be my software. But right now I have taken it as manual. So this is the actual insertion. Now, just by clicking on the actual insertion, I get these undercuts, more undercuts. So I am just doing undo. I'm just clicking on undo, and all the undercuts that had got by me because of the manual insertion have been gone. Okay, so this is the margin and insertion step. Again, it shouldn't take more than 1 to 2 minutes for you to define these all. Another thing I would like to show you that is important is parameters. So if you see over here, there is this box called as parameter settings. Just click on it. Now, what are parameters? Parameters are something that are designed for your interface of the crown. For example, how your crown should be thick from its boundary and everything. How much should be the cement space that it should have for the cement to flow. Then clicking on the cement starting point. What is cement starting point? It's something like generally into the CAD world. The cement starting point is set above, a bit above from the margin line, because you do not want the cement to flow onto the margin line area. What can happen is, the first thing is, it will provide marginal leakage and from there. And second, can cause a bit of gingival inflammation over there because of the cement that is flown out of there from the margin area. So to give precise fit of your crown towards your margin, we have this cement starting point. Yet for some time, if you want to understand these parameters better, you can click on this question mark over here. Just click and you will be able to see the information about these parameters. Now again, talking about CAD, as we say, something has been designed has to come out of the printer or milling machine. So what we can do is, we do have an option to integrate your printer with the ClinicCAD app. Over here, you have some printers that I have selected. Take an example of sprint tray that I have selected it from here. So my settings, preset parameters, which are set by the manufacturer of the sprint tray, will come over here. What these parameters are used of, like it will provide me that my print doesn't fail because of some thickness issues or some other issues. So these are the preset parameters from the manufacturer. Now, if you want to add some other printers, so this is a list that I have right now, which I am using. If you want to add some other, click on register printer. Now, this is the manufacturers of printer that you have. Take an example as Print Ray, Shira, Rapid Shape, etc. Let's click on Rapid Shape. Select the type of printer that you have, D90 plus, and the printing material that you are going to use. So I am clicking on Free Print Crown and click on Register and click on Confirm. So do you see over here, I have got this Rapid Shape printer also. So this is something. Now let's check. These are the parameters from my Rapid Shape. My margin thickness and everything has been given over here. If I go to sprint tray, it will, do you see the cement starting point changed? So that is the magic of getting preset values from the printer directly into the Medit app. Let's click on save and go ahead with these parameters only of sprint tray. Now, click on next. Okay. Now, do you see I have crowns over here pre-made? My software has automatically bought the crowns over here. What I have to do is, this is a very important step for you. And in the beginning, it will be a bit difficult, but you can use the tools to make it easier for you. So what you have to do is, you have to really position your crowns. Just position your crowns onto the arch where the prep is present. So right now, my software has positioned, but as you see over here, this crown is not filling my margin line. So what I can do is, I have two options over here to position my crowns. One is the free movement. What will happen in the free movement is, you just have to left click of the mouse and there will be some rotations that you can do from it. Let's click, yeah, see. I'm just left clicking on the mouse and it is rotating. Not rotating actually, I am just moving it. So there are some other controls. When you click on the question mark over here, you will be able to see some shortcuts. For example, to rotate, there is control and left click of the mouse button. To uniform scale. Now what is scaling? Scale means you are increasing and decreasing the size of the crowns. So if you want to scale, you can just click on shift and left click of the mouse button. Non-uniform scale. For example, let me show you that later. And so this is free forming. And what is 3D manipulator? Now, this is easier tool to use. It's the same as this free movement and scaling. But over here, you have guidelines to use. For example, take green. Green is mesodistal. You have three arrows, red, green, and blue colored arrows. When you click on green colored arrow, it will show you mesiodistal movement. Now, about the blue arrow will move into up and down motion. And what is red? Red will move into buccolingual. Buccolingual. So this is the motions that you can use. Again, now if you want to rotate a crown, do you see this blue colored R-shaped line over here? Just click on it, left click on it, and you can rotate your crown. Okay. Now, if you want to give some tipping motion, do you see this red colored arc? Again, click on that. You can tip your crowns. So this is 3D manipulator. Again, if you want to increase the size and shape of the crown, the size of the crown, you can just click on the green arrow. The boxes over here present. Just click and your crown size will increase. Now, as you see, this is uniform increasing because I have turned this option on. As you see, it is increasing from all the directions, all the sides. If I turn it off, now it will only increase from one direction. Okay. I prefer keeping this uniform scale option on because I do not want my crowns to be bulkier in any sides, on any sides. Okay. So this is now again, one thing I would like to tell you is, do you see this red colored point? These are called as high points. Over here, you can see collision and strong. This is a map that displays you what is red and everything. Now, let me adjust one for you. I can just turn on this maxillary option from here and check my occlusion. Just make it translucent and check my occlusion. Right now, I'm just decreasing it. As I am taking my crown a bit low, the high points are going away. Yeah. So this is all you can do. If I want, I can also adjust my occlusion. The ones who are very creative and knows the occlusion very well. Okay. So this is adjusted by me. And let me click off this maxilla again, removing the maxilla. Now, do you see this one? The red marks have not gone. Also, my contacts a bit over here are impinging each other. So, again, going into the parameter, I have this option called as outer. Just click on that. Over here, I have two other parameters called as distance to antagonist. Now, what is distance to antagonist is, if you want to keep the clearance as well as high points minimum into your crown. So there shouldn't be too much of clearance, and you should have a bit of occlusion, of course, into your crown. And again, you do not want high points that you need to adjust it again and again. Okay. So what you can do is just keep this distance to antagonist as 0, 0. Okay. Antagonist is your maxilla in this case. Now, what is distance to adjust it? This is something one crown distance to another crown mesiodistally. That means it's talking about your contacts. Talking about your contacts, that would even I would like to be it as 0, 0 because I do not want my crowns to be impinging each other. And then I will have to sit clinically and remove the extra material from there. Okay. So this is how I put 0, 0 to it. So this is about my parameters. Just clicking it over here, a bit over here. All right. Yes. Just click on next now. Yeah, one more thing I would like to show you is libraries. Now I have some options over here to select libraries. If I want, I can also import my own library from outside. So you can import an library from Medit itself if you have any right now. This is how you have an option to import from Medit. Okay. So just click on next now. Yeah, talking about the red points, it will be weighed off by the software itself, as I had adjusted my parameter to keep it as 0, 0. Okay. So now do you see I do not have any high points, but my software has adjusted its this high point by taking the shape, just deducting the tooth. It has actually grasped the shape from the upper maxilla and has just deducted it. So as you see over here, my cusp is a bit very pointy, so it can create a lot of what we say problematic. It is problematic into the patient's mouth. So now I have sculpting option. What I have is add, remove, smooth, and morph. So what is smoothing? What smooth? What I would like to do is into this cusp is just smoothen it out. So I am just making it blunt. Okay, I can increase the brush strength and brush size and make it a bit blunt so that it is not that very pointy. Okay, now do you see I have made it a bit blunt? Yeah. Now again, another thing is if I want to add material like if I want to add some material over here, I can click on the add option. If I want to subtract anything or remove any material from the crown surface, I can remove it. So this is how I had removed this green color points as well. Okay. Now, if I am very artistic and I like making morphologies on the crown, I have these groove option. What I can do is make some good grooves and designs onto the crown. Okay. So this is how grooving works. Of course, you can reduce the brush strength as well for that. Click on undo. Okay. And another good feature that I like is morphing. Now, for example, if you want to reduce the whole shape in with each other, not to smoothen out it or add something, but just reduce, then you can just pull the whole shape down or pull the whole shape up. That's the use of morphing tool. It is the fourth number tool. Okay. So this is my sculpting. Another thing about connectors. Now, as this is a bridge, my connectors are made, but as I see, I do not like this connector very much and I want to edit them. So just click on this edit option of connectors. Yeah. So pull the points a bit over here. I am just making it a bit thinner and lighter. Okay. Even this as well, as I do not want them to show outside of my prosthetic surface, connector surface actually. Okay. So this is my connector set. Now everything is done. Okay, now my connectors are edited. I would just like to make it a bit smoother. Even make my crowns a bit smoother. Okay, so smoothing is done. Another thing, do you see this gray color over here? That means my crown is falling short of the thickness that I have given in my parameters. My thickness set in the parameter for the crown is 0.5. Now, if I am falling short of that, I need to increase it. So what I can do is click on add material and add the material. And then use the smoothing tool to just remove the bump. Okay, so this is how the crown has been done according to me. It can even take a bit of less time. This is just I'm following the whole protocols over here. Now just click on complete. Save the project, save. Okay. So once you see over here into the file viewer, now I have the ClinicCAD options of my crowns. Okay. So here I have got my crown ready in approximately 10 minutes. Now, if I wanted to show you what is integration of applications. Now, Sprint Ray printer has an application called as Rayware to do the nesting of the STL files and to put it into the printer. So I do not need not to actually remove this file out of Medit or export this file of Medit. What I can do is I have downloaded this Rayware application from the app box. I am clicking on it. Okay. Once I click on it, it will go into the Rayware application. Here. Now, do you see my crown over here that I have got? Now I can nest it accordingly and just send it to my printer. So this is the advantage of using Medit integration apps. Correct. Now let's look into another inlay case that is very easy and very quick. Okay. So here I have an inlay case. Over here, I see that the patient is having lots and lots of cavity formed by hard occlusion, and I just want to design an inlay for them. So looking onto the form, let's not fill the form over here. Okay, we will fill it into the ClinicCAD app directly. So just click on the ClinicCAD. Okay. Now do you see I am getting an option of filling the form over here? That's because now this is an advantage of ClinicCAD that you can directly proceed from the scanning towards the ClinicCAD. So let me see 36, 46, 46, 36, 26 and 16 as my inlay. Okay, now I have selected as inlay. Click on confirm. This is prepared data. So as it is directly scanned from Medit, I have directly got an option. It has already assigned the maxilla and mandible for me. And click on confirm. Okay. Now it will redirect me to the margin and insertion step. But I would like to show you one more step that comes before margin and insertion one. Okay. So this is data alignment step. It will ask you sometimes to do it. And what you can do is you can just edit your scans. Just move it and place it on the occlusal plane. This is the occlusal plane. Your cusp should be touching this plane. It's like the glass plate or what we say, the articular occlusion arrangement, more of a glass plate type. Just click on done. Okay. Another thing I would like to show is when designing your CAD file or scan file, if they have any holes or something, what you can do is let me make a hole for you over here. Okay. Now this is a hole over here. I can fill these holes. I have an option of filling hole. Just click on it. These are parameters, sizes that you can fill holes to. And right now it will be up to up to microns or something. So just click on apply. Yeah. So my hole is done. It has been filled. Now, if I want, I can even sculpt my scan, just do the sculpting, smoothing, etc. And that's done. So this was the editing tool that's present into the ClinicCAD app over here. Now again, do you see I have my margin line already auto-clicked over here, auto-defined by the software. But as you see on this 1/6, it is not auto-defined. So I can manually draw my margin over here. Just making the scan mono. And here I am selecting. Okay, so this is how I have selected. Okay. Once the margin is confirmed, it will give you an option for insertion. So right now, I think this insertion looks good. I have very less undercuts in that. Talking about the 2/6. Here, I do not need to edit much of my margin, just pulling a bit ahead. And that's all. Looking at the mandible, here. Over here, I would like to extend my margin. Okay, and this is D6. It's done. Good job. Okay, so my margins are made right now. My insertions are set. They look good. I'm just selecting the printer as print tray and everything is set. Yeah, let me tell you about this milling tool. If you are using a milling, if you have an in-house milling machine, what you can do is get parameter, get the dimension of your tool from the manufacturer and just set that dimensions. Actually, it's the offset, what we say the milling tool diameter means. So right now I'm turning it off as I'm thoroughly printing it and click on next. Okay. Now I am just setting this crowns onto my margin area. Just making a bit better. Okay. 2/6. All right. Don't worry about the red points. They will be gone by the software itself. The software will eliminate them. And 1/6. Yeah, that's good. Outer adjustment is 0, 0, etc. Done. Click on next. Yeah. Okay. Now my crowns, not crowns actually, my inlays are ready. As you see, 2/6 is good. 4/6 is also good. A bit of sculpting is required. 3/6 is also good. 1/6, it has some high points that needs to be eliminated. So what I can do is just morph. Okay, it gave me high points. That is because the material thickness is very low. As you see, this is the gray part that it's coming out. So I will have to play manually over here. Okay, now I'm using the smooth tool to just remove the bumps. Okay, so this looks good for me a bit, but maintaining of the crown or inlay thickness is very important, as without it there are chances that the print can fail or even the milling machine can fail to do their job. Now with this data tree you can check the occlusion, where it's getting out, where it is impinging, where the occlusion cusp is, etc. Okay, so this is how I do my occlusal adjustments with the help of data tree. Now that my inlays are done, just smoothing it out. Okay, so this is done for me. All right, the inlays are ready. Now I am going ahead and clicking on the complete step. Just click on complete, save the case. Okay, now into the file viewer, I have my inlays. All the inlays ready and to be filled into the printer. All right. So this is about ClinicCAD. Very easy, only 3 to 4 steps to follow. And now you have the video on your screen. So let me explain you. First is the one to directly join into the WhatsApp user group of ours. It has been operated by the Medit India team. Secondly, this is the YouTube Medit Academy. So if you want, you can just go and Google or use the YouTube to check the Medit videos. As I said before, you have everything, lots of many things about Medit Link and its applications onto YouTube. And second is on third is the online training. So if you want, there is also an option to directly go into Medit Academy and enroll yourself into it. It's free of cost and you have definitive workflows and courses for you to follow. You can get better guidance and better tips from there. So please do enroll. And yes, so we are turning off the Q&A session. Let's meet into the next webinar. And until then, if you want to communicate with us, you can communicate with the WhatsApp user. So thank you everyone for joining today's webinar and see you all for the next time. Bye bye.